Guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, good morning. Morning milking with my main man Nathan. He's down there helping me. I'm going to give you a rundown on some of these cows. The milking parlor. We'll go outside here. It's early. We'll check out the barnyard when she's empty, see if there's any feed left. I want to show you the maternity pens attached to this backside of this parlor, the 3 exit ramps. And all while doing that, I'll show you the milk tanks and try to explain to you why we're still using it. Grandpa's 1965 milking parlor. Let's go. Eight stalls in the parlors. First started out as 4, then went to 6, and then we added on again, went to 8. Here's the milk house. We just put this renovation on about 5 years ago already. I couldn't believe it. I've seen a picture pop up on my phone. We had one of them, like a lean-to little milk house with one small tank in here, and the milk haulers advised us to put in a second tank so we could go to every other day pickup. So now we filled a tank a day and they come the second day. We got a center pivot and it works pretty good. You want as much storage as you can. We were on the fence about it at first, but now that we've got more storage, we're happy. And that's kind of how I'm basing these cows' numbers. Milking 160 twice a day. That's about all the room we got for free stalls, holding area, feed storage, the whole thing. So we're just trying to keep it in balance. The pellet you're seeing is a complete pellet. We give the cows about a half a container each milking. If it's a real good cow, hold on buddy, I might give them a little more. Got 3 exit ramps attached to the back of this. You just come up here. I just let number 50 out. She's gonna head right down yonder. A little bit of pellet, dump it in, and you got a cow waiting eagerly to get in. Another exit ramp right there. Those are for all Nathan's cows when they come down. And she's ready to go. Oh, this one's leaking. We got to get her on. Like I said, this is half their mineral, and it's a sweet feed. That's why they're wanting to come in here so fast, so aggressively. They want them pellets. It works. That's a heifer here that actually was limping real bad. The hoof trimmer ended up putting a block on her, and man, did that do the trick. She's really coming back around healthy again. Haven't had a lot of hoof problems. The last couple of years that we've been using our hoof trimmer consistently, I've been getting them in. See, I can see their feet. Like say, this cow right here, I'll get her in to get trimmed next. I've got a list going right down there. You can see their feet perfectly. She's probably good. She's been trimmed, but when they start to curl a little bit, I'll put them on the list and we'll get them in. Nathan, can you watch these for a second? I'm gonna head out back. I got them milking pretty good. Sun's starting to come up and it's still spitting rain. Boy, it is wet. In the barnyard, I know you've been out here many times, but it's a little different in the morning. You just come from the milking parlor. There's the 3 exit ramps. One right here. This is the first one. There's the holding area. See, there's a foot bath in there right now. And then there's a maternity pen on the back side of here with another exit ramp foot bath. You probably can't quite see that because it's so dark, but I see a little baby in here. We might as well check him out. Had a little calf born last night. Let me get out of the light here. Look at that. That's a white blaze. Big beefy calf. Check it out. Bull. Another bull calf, boys. Morning. So there's your maternity pens. 3 exit ramps. And they go right out to the water troughs. When they get done milking, they go right out. They hit the water first, and then the feed. Barn remodel still in progress. I always like to check these bunks. They say you want a good 10% of feed left over, carry over. This bunk is usually licked clean. Got that liner in it. Looks like there's some feed in this bunk here. It's been wet. The rain came, so here's your bunk. Yeah, I'd say there's not much left. I mean, these were mounted full, so this might be a few percent. But I gauge how much I'm feeding them off of what's left in the morning. So to me, I might have to crank that up a little more feed today. You know, they're feeling good. It's supposed to be 68 degrees today. Then it'll cooler for the next 2 weeks, it's saying, but they thrive in these conditions. You know, they don't want it too hot. And it's anywhere between 40 and 60, I would say, is probably pretty ideal for a cow, and that's why they're doing good. Walking through this freestall barn, we're gonna have to hurry up and get back in there. That parlor takes 2 people to milk. That's the drawback to it. See, my cows are laying properly, except for that one right there. 2 people to milk 8 cows at a time. That's the drawback. That's why, you know, being that it's outdated, there's your holding area. You got one laying down, and then they funnel all in up in there. So the milking parlor 1965, it's ran its course, but man, the size of the herd we have, 160, it only takes us 3 hours to milk, especially at night. A little longer in the morning, but you're out of here in the house. You know, I live next to the farm. You're done at 7 o'clock at night. I don't know what else you can ask for. You know, it's all what people want. I'm happy with that. My wife's happy with that. I'm not saying we're not gonna ever put in a new parlor, but for our time being, man, it works. And we're back in. Need a cow, grab this rope, pull it. Big Red, we got a bronze one coming in. Come on in, buddy. Here she comes, another one behind her. They're wanting in. Bye. Last thing I want to say about the parlor and why we keep using it is, for one, it's paid for. It's been paid for a long time. But beyond being paid for, it's not just that. The fact is that it works. It just works. Twice a day, every day. Takes a second man. We got 3 brothers here, so we make it work. We know what we'll take and how far we can go with it. But I'm not saying it'll never happen, but if it does, you guys will be the first to know. But as the time being, we're just gonna keep running it. 3 hours of milking, that's over 50 cows an hour. I know on a large scale dairy, that's nothing. But for what we're doing, gotta remember, we're crop farming too on the side. So you gotta keep all those things going at once. We're happy with it. That's all I can say. Going out? Come on out, Bubba. Come on, Bubba, go. Come on, big girl. If you're wondering about this newspaper, you see I just swept it out. We just use that for splatter control because they'll come in here and you never know. They're an animal. They'll start pooping, especially if they get a little nervous. Look at this cow that just come in. Look at this. Wow. She's a beast. She's beautiful. Work them out. Dry her off. Get them teat ends. Right on, she's good to go. See her feet right there? I'll put her down for a trim job. I'll write it down. That's going on, big one. Come on in. Come on in. Waiting for them pellets. New heifer calved in the last month. Absolute beast of a cow. Come on, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, big girl. Easy, big girl. Back in by the milk tanks. Milk's pumping over and in this tank. Here it just quit. Wanted to show you, you got your little bit of a coffee station. Part of the new construction was a little office for me where I take care of everything. A little bit of hamburger in that freezer, easy access. And this is where your vacuum pumps are. 2 vacuum pumps. We run them both every day because you don't want them sitting. They'll lock up. One to milk, and we flip these valves. And then the bottom one will wash. Morning wash, night wash. Hot water heater, free dip. The dip I'm using right now, that was some winter dip. And she's about empty, so refrigerator, bladder tank, well, furnace. Get out of here, it's too loud. Walking over. Cooler's on as this milk's getting dumped in there on 50 degrees. So the milk's coming out of them cows very, very warm, and she's already cooled down to 50 degrees. So the cooling system is working. Guys, Nathan just told me 68, and looks like she was laying down, got some manure on her, but she's a big old girl, big mama. This is one of them cows that you had to put it in a comparison of a person. That's like a 50, 60-year-old man in his prime, kicking butt, worked out. She had a problem after she calved. I had to give her an IV. But she's big, she's bad now. Paid her dues. Moving on towards retirement, but she's got a little bit left in the tank. We're not counting her out. She's a beast. He just informed me. He was with me when we gave her the IV. Now I remember it. She was down and wasn't happy about it. Had the tongs in. I know a lot of you guys have Jersey cattle. This happens. She took and flipped right over. And then she had the tongs in, was almost getting choked out. Had to flip her over with the skid steer. But I knew she was going to probably make it. Anytime a cow has got a fight like that, will to live. It's like a person, man. You got a will to live. Something to shoot for, you won't quit. Going out. Come on, bud. Going out. Bye. Have a nice day. Come on in, big girl. Holy Toledo. Another big time heifer here. Oh. Guys, look at the way this cow is looking at me. She wants them pellets. She's like big time. You want some of this? Huh? It's in. I mean, you got a big producer like this, spooking her. You just pour the feed to her. Okay guys, out of the parlor. Wicked storm come through last night. It started at the UP in Michigan and it had like a boomerang form all the way through Michigan, Indiana, ended up and started, looked like it was coming through Missouri. Bad weather, hope everybody was safe. It kind of died down by the time it got to where we are in Michigan, but mixers filled, cows were fed. I've got to scrape the rest of this up, and I wanted to show you, I got a heifer I got to get into a pen. She's got feet out, and that's the tongue, so the water's not broke yet. I'm going to clean this up so we're not trudging through a bunch of slop, and then we're going to run her in, and I'm going to see if she'll calve naturally. By the looks of it, she will, so we'll see. Slot today with that rain. Before we run this heifer in here, we've got to get the calf out of here from last night. Lee's in here, he's going to try to power lift it. That's a nice calf. Wow. A lot of power, guys. This calf's getting a royalty treatment. Now for the heifer whose water's about to break. Got a sister here checking on her. The water's still not broke. We got to get you up, hon. And she's up. She don't really know what to do. Come on, girl. Big heifer here, guys. Leaking milk. Come on, buddy. Come on. She sees where she's got to go. Yep, and there she goes. Oh. Come on, Bubba. Go back into your little pen. There she goes. We'll see what happens, guys. I know more than walked away and started scraping, and she got this calf about out. Now the reason you check on them so much and try to help them through, because if her head gets kinked, that calf will choke and suffocate. But so we're gonna help get this out the rest of the way and make sure mom don't kick it or do anything crazy, because this is mom's first calf. Big bowl. Get you up. I want you to lift that calf off. There she goes.